Hello everybody, back again some more stuff, and today I'm leaving my house. I just locked my door, and there are some people over there, and I originally thought, oh, I won't record this while there are people, but then I thought about it, and it just probably sounds like I'm on the phone with you guys, so yeah, so I'm just gonna keep talking about my day. So basically, I'm on my way off to Irvine at this point, so you know, that's what's up with me right now. I have to go drive, and it's going to be quite a bit of a drive. It's going to be a decently long while that I'm in the car. Oh my God. It was like a whole horde of people, you guys. Okay. Shoot. Let me make sure I have something, actually. Because I have to make sure that I have a mask before I go. I do. Okay, cool. Because the air quality is really bad, everybody. This is, Oh, actually, I didn't think about this, but the air quality is so bad. And it's gonna be in my car a little. So I should swipe off the seat. That's what I didn't consider. Okay. So, basically what happened, everyone, is there were a bunch of fires. And I was gone. I was out of town during these fires. My car wasn't, though. So, it's a little icky now. So, I'm gonna do the windshield wipers with the fluid real quick to get a bunch of ash off on the front and the back. Boom! I did it. Okay, and then I'm gonna put in my GPS, and I'm gonna start driving to get some of this gunk off my car before I roll down my windows to try to filter out the air. Okay, but off I go, and I have enough gas, it looks like, so I should be good. But yeah, I'm gonna drive a little to to get some of the gunk off my windshield, because I windshield wipered it, but now it's just like hanging out on the sides, and I don't want to open my windows. Excuse me, oh my goodness, excuse me everybody. I don't want to open my windows and then have a bunch of this gunk from my window like all fly like into the car, you know? So I'm gonna wait until I can drive a little bit quicker before I roll down my windows to filter out the air. But yeah, so I'm heading over to Gammy's house because my mom said, so I got back yesterday, right? And my mom was like, hey, you should leave because they're having someone come clean the house, which is so fancy. They're having someone come clean the house today, right? And so it's easier for me to be gone. So she said that like today is probably a good day to go visit Cammy. So I am. That's what I'm doing. I stayed in bed pretty late just to, like, you know, let myself feel good. And I got up and I ate lunch just before leaving. But we, like, don't have that much food. So, and I just, like, kind of wanted to get out of there. So I just made 3 hash browns. Which is not, like, filling or great. Oh, well, it is filling, but it's not, like, a good meal. But I feel like that's okay because I'm gonna eat good tonight. And it's okay. Okay, guys, time to roll down the windows. Sorry if I'm blowing out your ears, but I'm blowing out my car. Oh, my goodness. You can see all the ash everywhere in my car. I'm like really trying to make sure it doesn't get in my eyes, but there's only so much I can do with both hands on the steering wheel. Okay, well, you know... Oh! What was that? A piece of plastic just came flying into my car. Like saran wrap. Maybe it was in the back somehow, but I don't know what it would have been from. Okay, everybody, well, I'm filtered out my car. I'm filtered it out. So long as I don't, It's filtered out so long as I don't turn on my, like, air, you know? Because I assume that my car's, like, air conditioning, its fan, I assume that's full of ash. Whew, that didn't feel good. But, you know, I'm probably better off than most living here, because I didn't breathe it in while it was happening, like, in my area, or closer to my area, I should say. And my car was completely closed, so there wasn't, like, too much. It was just, like, you know, that's probably not the best. This is a weird route that it's taking me. Once I'm at the next red light, I'm gonna make sure that it's, like, taking me to the right place. But hi, Penguins! So, I've got all my stuff in the car, and I've got my car pretty cleaned out of ash. So, I'm here. What's up, guys? I'm here and I'm focused. There's a red light here. It just turned green. Yeah, I don't remember driving this way to go to Cammy's place. But whatever. Everybody, I've got some things to talk with you about. Number one thing is my Canada trip. That's a great thing to talk with you guys about. Another thing to talk with you guys about is Pikmin 4, because I have beaten it now. I've not 100%ed it, and the reason I haven't 100%ed it is because they don't tell you that this game is full of game. Like, Pikmin 1, super short. Pikmin 2, a little bit longer, but relatively short. Pikmin 3, super short. Pikmin 4, friggin'... Listen, like, I like to think myself pretty good at Pikmin. And while I was not probably going the absolute fastest, and I did replay some missions to, I see a siren behind me. Or not a siren, I see a cop car behind me. But there's a red light here. Oh, they turned off. Okay. There's so much game in Pikmin 4. And I replayed some of the Dandori challenges, you know. Like, I didn't do everything once and then just, like, move on with it. And I also reset some. Like, if something went horribly wrong, then I would reset the floor if I was in a cave. Because, you know, that's just how... That's how I do. Is in Pikmin 2... you're able to reset cave sublevels. So I didn't feel bad about resetting in sublevels in Pikmin 4, you know? It didn't feel like cheating because it was in the original, like, cave system. So, you know, I rewinded some if I would, like, lose 2 purple Pikmin, or if I, you know, like, just because I know that there's the Doomsday apparatus, and, you know, yeah. I mean, that's basically it, right? Like, I'm trying not to spoil too much. But, so, I've just been doing, there's, like, a cool post-game thing. Guys, spoilers for Pikmin for the next, like, 10-15 minutes or something. There's no way anybody's listening to this that's gonna care about the spoilers, but after you beat Pikmin 4... like a little Olimar mode pops up, and it's like a Pikmin 1-esque mini game, like based on the locations that you went in Pikmin 4. So they took all the same areas but remixed some of the hazards. So, for example, there's this place in Pikmin 4 in the... I don't remember. It's the one where it's like Blossom or something. I don't know. It's like the second level. And there's this spot where you need ice Pikmin to get across a small body of water. And that's where the little red berries are. In Olimar's story, that stuff is just not there. Like, there's no water, sorry. The water's not there, so you can just walk up to it, right? But then they'll add other hazards to these areas that weren't there previously. So it feels pretty fresh, even though you literally just played those regions, or those areas. And then once you're done with that, you get a cave that gives you purple Pikmin, I think. So, maybe I'm not all that far off of 100%. But what I was saying is, I think I'm pretty good. I replayed some things, but the game still took me 32 hours to complete, and that's before any post-game content. And the post-game seems pretty full, because the little Olimar thing is like a mini Pikmin game. Like, it feels like a fan mod, you know? Because, like, they just took what was already there and, like, rearranged the stuff. They're like, no water here, and then we'll put moss right here, and then, like, here's where we're gonna put the onion, we're gonna make you have to fight a burrowing snagret, like, blah, 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 blah. You know? So, yeah. Something weird about Pikmin 4 that I didn't feel in the previous Pikmin games is, like, you know, some of the enemies are pretty cool and the variety is nice, but I feel like almost every single guy just eats you with a tongue. And you can, like, give him a bomb. Do you know what I mean? Like, there used to be those guys that looked like daisies, and they would have, like, a strawberry on their head, and they would pop out of the ground and surprise you. And now they've replaced those guys with, like, a weird sort of frog type of guy. You know? He's like a frog version. And I just don't like him as much because he sticks out his tongue, like, just in the same way that like, bullbacks will, or I hope I'm getting bullbacks right. I mean the guy that's, like, the final boss of Pikmin 1. But he'll do it, and then there's, like, that species of, like, white bulborb that has, like, a long snout that sticks out their tongue. And then, you know, there's that guy that has, like, the bulb on the back of his tail. He has, like, a tail on the back, and he kind of looks like a manta ray or something. He doesn't look like a manta ray. He looks like a slug. That's what he looks like. He's a slug, but he has, like, a tail, and you throw all your Pikmin on his tail. He eats with tongue, too. Like, he sticks all his tongues out, because he's got, like, 5 or 6 or 7 of them. But it's just weird. Like, why do all the enemies use their tongue? But I don't know. I really enjoyed that the last area, like, instead of just artificially making all the enemies way stronger, which I guess they did, actually, by doing this. But I like that instead of just strictly increasing health or something like that, I like that they instead chose to, okay, dude. That guy just fully almost hit me. How does this happen all the time? I'm in front of a school, too. But did you hear my honk? It was a lot better. I'm getting practice, everybody. I'm getting practice. Because I used to just go, mink, mink. And it was embarrassing. Guys, I'm in a red light and it just turned. So I'm going to try to take off my jacket. Because I'm actually sweltering. And I don't want to try to turn on the AC. Because it's going to be full of ash. Okay, I took it off. I'm gonna lay it on top of my backpack because I don't want to put it on the ashy, whatever. The ashy seats. Oh, there's this place that does car washes really close to me that does like they go in and do the inside and outside, you know? I need that right now. And I needed it before. Because I went to the beach a long time ago. I filled my car with sand a little bit. Not me personally, but like the towels and the people. So, yeah. I can't believe I almost just got hit while I'm talking about friggin' bulborbs and such. I'm also kind of bummed that there were no bulbmen in Pikmin 4. Well, unless... you know, it is possible. Because there's a side quest where Louie wants you to go kill and get, like, some specific kinds of enemies. So, it's possible, I suppose, that they give you Bulbmin then, but I feel like they replaced them with the what are they called? The green Pikmin, the ghost ones? The glow Pikmin. I feel like they replaced the Bulbmin pretty handedly. And then they also don't have the Puffmin, which are like the weird mushroom guys. So there's this enemy and he's in Pikmin 4, he's in the last area, where he's this big mushroom, and if you throw your Pikmin at the top, they bounce off, so you have to like swarm them around him on the bottom, and then he flips over. And when he's done with that, he shoots out some spores underneath him, and it used to be that if the spores hit your Pikmin, they would turn into Puffmin, which are like Pikmin, but they have a mushroom on their head. But in Pikmin 4, they did not bother to recreate that, and instead just gave it the dance effect from the music Beady Longlegs. So, you know, that's the two kinds of Pikmin that are missing. But yeah. So, I said before that red Pikmin were my favorite, and it happened again. It happened again, everybody. I like yellow Pikmin the best again. I haven't even told Dusty this at this point. I'll probably text her sometime today. But I always, come away from Pikmin for a while, and I'm like, I don't know, maybe this one's my favorite. I like how he looks. And then I throw yellow Pikmin at something that's really high up, and I'm like, wow, I love yellow Pikmin. I just love them. They're so awesome. And they dig fast. I don't know. There's something just so lovable about yellow Pikmin. They're just the best. I don't know, man. Yellow Pikmin are my favorite. No matter how many times I think it's not a yellow Pikmin that's my favorite, it always is. I'm gonna try to roll down my windows again, just to air it out a little more, because when I took off my jacket, I think I rustled around and might have released some that was stuck in cushions and whatever. But I'm also going onto the highway, so it's gonna be loud for a sec. You'll just have to forgive me. Oh, I can't do that. There's a plushie in my window. There's a small plushie in my window, and he's gonna fall out. And he's actually gonna fall out. Maybe I'll just open one for now. Just see how this goes. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. There's a small plushie because we went to a boba friend. Okay, it's not really doing anything anymore at this point. I've gotten out what I can without having a vacuum, you know? So, right. What was I saying? All I remember is going, whee, when I turned around a corner. We went to Boba Friend. So, like, it was, I think, the last day we all hung out. Right? Or second to last? I don't remember. I feel like it must have been the second to last or something. But, Dusty, Cammy, Kenzie, and I, we all love this place called Boba Friend, where you get boba, and then in the bottom of the cup, there's a little friend. Not like in the boba. There's like a compartment underneath. And you get a little guy. And I got a little fake Mofu Sand cat. I don't know how you're supposed to say that. So that's my guy. But yeah, so I was thinking about, like, which Pikmin game is my favorite, right? And you'd think that now, because I've played them all, I would know. But I don't. I'm here to tell you that it's impossible. Because Pikmin 1 and 2 feel completely different from Pikmin 3 and 4. And this is because they did away with, like, just so much of the difficulty because of improvements to Pikmin AI and improvements to just quality of life features, right? So in Pikmin 3, you can point around and then lock onto an enemy, and then all your throws will make contact with that enemy, basically. And then in Pikmin 4, it auto-locks on to, like, anything. So, you know, these are improvements that make the game, like, easier to play and easier to get into, but it also takes away a lot of the difficulty of controlling your Pikmin army, right? And it might sound like you just would always want to play the easier ones because it's like their quality of life changes. Like they obviously make the game more like easy to play and have fun with. But the thing is, like, they change the fundamental feel of Pikmin. Like, they change what the game is about, you know? So it feels like they're different games. It feels like they're different series in that way. Like, Pikmin 3 and 4 are very easy and they're about being efficient. And Pikmin 1 and 2 are about efficiency, but they're also about, like, controlling your Pikmin successfully in the micro instances. Like, 3 and 4 are more about macro efficiency, like you're trying to plan out your day and do everything as fast as you can. But they lose the micro elements where you have to, like, actually be really good at controlling your Pikmin. Like, in Pikmin 1 and 2, you have to be scared when you come up against a Wollywog. In Pikmin 4, you ram your dog into him, and in Pikmin 3, you click onto him and hit charge. You know? And the fight's just over. And that's not to mention that they actually did make the enemies weaker. Like, in Pikmin 4, if you have a steady stream of Pikmin that you're throwing onto a Wollywog, it'll keep shaking them off. And it will never jump. Which is really weird, because the jump gets them off, and then a second jump kills, and that's the whole, like, that's the whole point of a Wollywog. But I don't know, they just made it easier, and maybe I'm the hater for not enjoying that, but it's not my cup of tea. That's why I really like the giant Wollywogs later, because they function more like a normal Wollywog does, where they're always jumping at you. But the Pikmin AI is so good now, and in Pikmin 4 you can literally have them all, like, on a dog, so then all the Pikmin just, like, jump onto your dog, and they all run straight to you, and you don't have to worry about, like, your straggler Pikmin, like, running through the line of fire, basically, you know? But, you know, I mean, that's just like a difference. It's just a different game. So Pikmin 1 and 2 feel like a different series from 3 and 4, right? But then Pikmin 1 and 3 feel like their own series, and Pikmin 2 and 4 feel like their own series. And that's because 1 and 3 are about collecting all the things as efficiently as possible within day time limits, right? So each day is like 12 and a half minutes, and in those 12 and a half minutes, you have to do as much as you can to collect everything you can, right? I gotta put on my sunglasses. We're completely stopped right now, so I'm putting them on. It was good timing. We're starting back up. But what was I saying? Oh, so yeah, in Pikmin 1 and 3, you just have to collect as much as you can during the day. And that's the whole gameplay loop, is you try your best to efficiently use your Pikmin to defeat enemies and explore the area that you're in and collect all the parts from that area. And then you'll get some other kinds of Pikmin, and you can take those to other areas and stuff. And, sorry, I'm letting this giant truck merge in front of me, so I'm trying to focus on that, but they did it. That's the general gameplay loop of 1 and 3. 2 and 4, you know, they do have this sort of focus on, like, efficiently getting stuff, but there's actually no incentive for it. Like, there's no time pressure. You can take literally as many days as you like. And they've added in caves, where in Pikmin 2, they literally pause the whole day when you go in a cave. In Pikmin 4, time does still progress, but extremely, extremely slowly. So Pikmin 1 and 3 feel like a series, Pikmin 2 and 4 feel like a series, but then also Pikmin 1 and 2 feel like a series, and Pikmin 3 and 4 feel like a series. So, you know, like, I think it's clear that because of the way that these games, like, interact, it's like they have two different sliders, you know? It's like they have two different sliders. It's like capital A on one side of your Punnett square, and then, sorry, capital A, lowercase a on one side of your Punnett square, and then capital B, lowercase b on your other side of your Punnett square. And when you have these two things, you end up with 4 separate possibilities, okay? But nothing is dominant or recessive. Except for my love for Pikmin. It's dominant. And what's recessive is the Bulbmin, because they're only in one game. They're only in one game, the Bulbmin. So, and also I know it's not, like, really a Punnett square, because the A and B aren't the same thing. But you're just gonna have to bear with me, okay? You're gonna have to bull bear with me. So, like, there's the 1 and 2 thing where it's like managing your individual Pikmin is a part of the game and difficult because the enemies are strong and your Pikmin are not. Except for purples, but forget that. Like, that's the gameplay loop of 1 and 2. So we're gonna say, like, managing individual Pikmin is what we'll call that for now, even though it's a terrible name for it, because I trust that you guys know what I'm talking about when I say it. That's gonna be one, like, axis, and then the other axis is like caves or not, basically. I mean, that's just like it's like the easiest thing to point at and say, like, oh, that game's like Pikmin 2 because it has caves. I mean, it means other things, right? It means, like, it has implications on the time limit. There isn't one, It has implications on, like, a bunch of stuff. And this is not to say that Pikmin, like, 4 is, like, literally the same thing as Pikmin 2, or it didn't add. Pikmin 4 added so much, and so did Pikmin 3, because it gave you, like, multiple captains. But, you know, they are those kinds of games. So we have, on one axis, there's controlling individual Pikmin, where when you do control it, it's like Pikmin 1 and 2, and when you don't, it's like 3 and 4. And on the other axis, we have the caves, which represent the time limit and greater changes to the formula, which, if you do have caves, then it's 2 and 4, and if you don't, then it's 1 and 3. And if you look at where each of these games lines up in this box of 4, each game lands in a different spot. Like, Pikmin 1 is managing individual Pikmin, and there are no caves. 2 is managing individual Pikmin, and there are. 3 is not managing individual Pikmin, but rather managing armies of Pikmin, and there are no caves. And 4 is managing armies rather than individual Pikmin, and yes, caves. So each of these 4 games fills, like, a niche, right? Like, after you've made Pikmin 3, it's easy to say, okay, I think that now we've shown that we can, like, create a successful and fun and engaging Pikmin game, even with a lot of the frustration and difficulty of managing individual Pikmin gone. Like, it's not required to make a fun Pikmin game that the Pikmin are fighting an uphill battle against every enemy, right? Like Pikmin 3 is basically what I'm saying, because you can just charge and the enemies, like, they die. So, because of this, they say, okay, well, let's just do a sequel to 2 with the same kind of theory, right? Like, we'll make an easier to beat enemies game, but we'll take a lot of the things that were cool about Pikmin 2 and bring them to 4. And it had a lot of really sick ideas. Like, there's a fight against the Empress Bullblacks, who is in, like, a tiny corridor. So you have to, like, jump on these little, like, wind geysers. And it's awesome. It's so cool. But, you know, that's not to say that fighting a normal enemy is gonna be difficult. So, yeah. I enjoyed it. I've enjoyed all 4 of these games. But what I'm interested in is what Pikmin 5 will be like. Right? Because someday there will be a Pikmin 5, but they've covered each of these 4 squares. And frankly, just because of the way that life is, I don't think there's any way that they ever make another game where they take out the, like, quality of life features that make it so you can control, like, all 100 Pikmin as if they're one army. You know? I don't think there's ever gonna be a moment where... Or I don't think there's gonna be another game that comes out where it's, like, difficult to defeat a Bulborb. I don't think that will ever happen. But, you know, they've explored that with 1's formula, and they've explored it with 2's formula. In 3, they had multiple captains, which was cool and fun. And in 4, they had the dog, which is, like, cool and fun, you know? But I would rather there not be the dog. I think the dog changes the game too much and makes it too easy. And that's not to say that the whole game was easy. Like, parts of it were really hard, which was greatly appreciated. They did actually add in some, like, quite difficult things to Pikmin 4, but well, I should probably get over. Are they merging? They're not. Cool. Yeah, I don't like the dog. I don't like Ochi. I like him as a character. I love Ochi, and I love when you feed him a scrummy bone. But, I hope truly that he is not in the next game. Guys, what the... My phone is overheating. Why is my phone overheating? My phone is overheating and it won't show me my directions anymore. It's okay, I'll probably recognize where I'm supposed to go. I know that I have to get off at this exit, but my directions are gone. Okay. Oh, actually they are. They pop up briefly at the top of my screen. Okay, I hope you guys can hear this too. It looks like you can though. It looks like, I mean, I'm not really like staring at my phone, but it looks like you guys can hear what I'm saying. But also, at this point of the drive, I should probably be able to get there. It does mean that I have no idea how long it's going to take, but whatever. And it's not like I can turn on my AC because it's going to fill my car with ash. So, yeah, I don't really care if they do multiple captains. I would be happy with or without that. Although, I think the point of having multiple captains is to create little puzzles with them, right? So, like, there are things that you can do with efficiency. Like, okay, I'll send Alf with the yellow Pikmin to go break this wall. And while I do that, we're going to have Charlie go over here and do this and blah, blah, blah. But I think the main draw is to, like, create puzzles, right? Like, there was a puzzle in Pikmin 3 where you have to weigh down different bricks with amounts of Pikmin. And, like, basically, like, push one down to bring one up, and then, like, get one of your captains high enough that they can throw Pikmin. Sorry, I'm merging. The only thing about that is, like, it makes it to, like, some of the levels are designed more around puzzles. And when the levels are designed around puzzles, they don't feel as, like, beautiful and nature-y. You know? And that's one of the strong suits of Pikmin, I think, is how it's, like, it's a beautiful it's a beautiful world. It's a beautiful freaking world, everybody. My phone is done overheating, and I can see my directions again. But I'm not done overheating, to be honest with you guys. I'm sweltering right now. I'm sweltering. But that's all I have to say about Pikmin, I think. I hope that they don't have multiple captains because of what that could mean for the level design. I like when the level design looks like nature. I'm happy that they created an indoor area. Like, you know, where you're like in somebody's house. I hope that they never do it again, or at least they don't make it common, because I really like how Pikmin is authentically, where you're just like in the whatever. What am I saying? Like, you're in nature and you're out in the world, and humanity has been gone for a long, long time and stuff like that, you know? I think it's cool. So, I don't know. That's all to say. Bring back Pikmin 1 and 2. But also, it's not like I like them more than Pikmin 3 and 4. I just think that if I were to explore new areas in any of the game's engines, I would want to do it in 2s, because it's the same as 1s, but without all the glitches. And I greatly enjoy organizing my Pikmin and doing that. Guys, I think my phone is not done overheating. It keeps turning itself off, and I don't have low power mode on. Like, it'll show me a direction, and then it'll be like, bye-bye! But yeah. So, I went to Canada, and that was really fun. I hung out with Dusty a bunch. I got to see some bunnies, some rabbits that live in a park at a beach. They were super cute, super soft, and beautiful. Well, I didn't touch them, but they look like they're super soft, and they're beautiful. So, you know, there's that. And that was super cool. Also, the squirrels there were beautiful, because, like, it was cold, right? I went during the winter. And they all just have the most, like, beautiful winter coats. Like, all the animals. The squirrels have these, like, fluffy, beautiful tails. You know when, like, the like, outside of the tail, you know, like, not the tip, but, like, the border, you know, like, the outline of the tail looks like a different color, because it's, like, all white, and it kind of looks like it glows. It, like, doesn't look real, you know what I mean? Just sometimes you see a squirrel, and they're so beautiful. And the bunnies were so cute and beautiful. And all the dogs at that park looked so happy. That was really great. And then we went to a bunny cafe. And it was fun. I got to pet a bunny for the first time, and that was super fun. But, you know, I'm a cat person. Because bunnies, they're just so anxious. Like, you'd have to really sit down and befriend them, like, over a period of time for them to like you. So, yeah, that's all to say that I'm not as big a bunny fan as I am a cat fan. Let me get over here. Whee! Yeah, so I also got to hang out with Saul and Maya a lot. I'll talk about Saul first because I hung out with him less. Big Saul fan. We were in one class together because I went with Dusty to one of her, like, upper level psych classes, and it's so funny because it's just like all my classes. And not all their classes are like this. Like, their school is a little harder than mine, I think. Like, even in psychology, I mean. I don't mean their schoolwork, because their schoolwork is in, like, a much, much, much harder major than mine. But their school in general, I think, is harder than mine. Like, their psych program. So, it was funny that when we went into this upper level course, he's like, the professor is talking about, like, how to read a paper. And is like, everybody raise your hand. Do you think that this is what the, like, abstract is? You know, like, basically it was that. And it was fun. Dusty had to leave because she had a cough, which was really sad. Because she had just been, like, really going through it. The cough was brutal. But, oh, right, but she had to leave, so then I just, like, hung out with Saul, and we giggled, and it was really fun. We were just, like, being silly. And then later we watched Jeopardy together, all three of us, in Saul's place. And that was fun. It was good to, like, hang out. And Saul was also there when we pet bunnies. It was, like, a fun day. I'm happy that I got to spend some more time with Saul. And then I hung out with Maya. Huge Maya fan. Like, enormous Maya fan, you know? Spent a lot of time with Maya. We watched 2 episodes of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And, I'm not feeling 100% confident about my drive. I'm not... Oh, never mind. Yes, I am. Sorry, guys. I was like, I'm not exactly sure I'm going the right way. I was wrong. I actually am definitely in the right spot. I recognize this. Whew. But, yeah, I hung out with Maya, and we watched 2 Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood episodes. My tummy hurt. It was awesome. I had a wonderful time watching. I love that show. We made... Saul also made us curry. But it was really more like a stew. But it was curry. And it was yummy. And then Maya did the exact same thing. And it was so yummy. And I was just so happy, you know? And then there was a tiny bit for leftovers. And I ate it the next day. And it had been, like, sitting in there. And all the veggies were, like, extra stewing in that curry. Dude. Like, it was crazy. It was so yummy. It doesn't take much, you know? Like, you kind of just put a bunch of stuff in a pot. But it was so yummy. I was really pleased. So, yeah. And then we tried to make a cake. And because it said that it was enough for, like, 2 7-inch pans, I think. And so we were like, oh, we'll make half of it. But then, you know, once we had made half of it, it turned out that it was not, like, any food at all. Like, it was barely any freaking cake. So we had to try to double it. But instead of doubling it in, like, a different bowl, we just, like, started putting things back in to the cake that was already there, like adding it to the batter. And that was like not the play. It ended up making our cake like really bad. It made it like super dense, and it tasted like vanilla version of banana bread. Like, it was straight up like a banana bread kind of food. It was very bouncy, but dense. And we tried to put this icing on it from, like, basically CVS, you know? Not actually. It was just like a small grocery store. It was a small Shoppers. At least I remember it being small, but I was kind of locked in on eating at that point. I was quite hungry. So we got frosting from there, like icing, and it was terrible. It was unbelievably bad. So we got cocoa powder to try to like cut the sweetness of it, and that worked, but it was just like, there was just an unbelievably bad aftertaste. It was wild. Like, seriously. Guys, I have no directions. They're not telling me anymore where to go. Because my phone got hot. Oh, no, they are telling me. They're just telling me, like, really late. So... Sorry, I'm just making sure that I don't... Like, for whatever reason, I felt in my heart of hearts like that car was about to merge into me. And they didn't. What the heck cute little tiny car is this? It looks like a cute monkey face from the back. What the heck? What the heck? It's so cute. What? And it's tiny. It looks like in a windstorm it would have been blown over. But yeah, so we made that cake, and then, you know, we added the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients, and then added the wet ingredients back into the batter after all of this, and it was just miserable, and it made it so bad. Oh, another thing that probably didn't help is you know those, like, rectangle boxes of liquid that they give you? So, like, there's a cap on one corner at the top, that you unscrew, and it's like typically like not a full gallon of milk or like vegetable broth are the kinds of things that they'll put in that kind of box. You're supposed to pour it with the spout like closer to you. So you pour it with like the whole rest of the box closer to the bowl that you're pouring it into, or the pot or whatever. And I was showing that I was mansplaining this to Maya, and she was like surprised that it worked so well, because I was like, no, you gotta pour it the other way. And Maya's like, okay, yeah, sure I do. But she actually didn't do any of that at all. She like just did it and found out about it, and then like 2 minutes later made a joke about mansplaining. But so she was like respectful. I just don't want to slander Maya, you know. But so then she was like, wow, it pours so well. And that's the only thing she was focusing on. So she poured like way more milk than we were supposed to add. So then we had to like pour some of the milk out of the bowl without tilting it far enough to like spill all of our batter out. And it was just like scuffed and funny, you know? Well, I know I'm going the right way because I'm passing the spot where the giant corn was when they had that festival. Or whatever it was. Yeah. So, our cake ended up a bread. The frosting was so bad. It was so disgusting. But you know, we had these like awesome sprinkles that were so cute that Maya had, but one of them would just like turn your entire mouth black. There was like a black star sprinkle, and Dusty ate one of them, and then we were all gonna take a picture of the cake, and then I was like, oh my god, Dusty, your teeth, because they were like black. It was crazy. And we were like, what? Like, why did that happen? But you know, we ate the cake. It was really bad. And then the next day, after it had been in the fridge for a day, it was like fixed. I couldn't explain to you how that happened, but the cake like fixed itself, or the icing did, I should say. And the next day, it was so good. Like, it was actually so yummy. So that was a miracle, I guess. But that was fun, and we laughed a lot, and Maya was like, can you fix my Cooking Mama for my DS? And I just plugged it in and then turned on the DS, and then it loaded perfectly, and I was like, cool, I fixed it, I guess. And then I played Cooking Mama for literally the first time. I ruined this dish. Like, guys, I was supposed to make, I don't even remember what it was, but I was like trying to crack eggs, and I was so scared. I didn't want to hit it too hard and explode it. It took me so long to crack the eggs, and then at the end, I was supposed to, I guess it would have been some kind of omelet, because I had to flip it over at the end. But I flipped it over, and like, I don't even know what I did wrong, dude. I just exploded the eggs. The whole omelet like fell to pieces. It was tattered. I don't even know what happened. So, I'm not a Cooking Mama wizard. I'm not a Cooking Mama wizard, I'll tell you that much. So, yeah, I don't know. I had a lot of fun hanging out. Maya also came over a couple times and watched us play Pikmin, and that was really fun. But just like generally hanging out was really cool. I was so anxious like the whole trip because I was meeting these people that I have to, like, they have to like me. Like, Saul and Maya have to like me, you know? This is like a necessity. And like I also have to like them, but I'm not stressed about that. Like I don't know, that'll just happen probably. And it did. But, you know, I was like, oh god, these people like have to like me. I'm so scared to like be, I don't know. I was just scared. I was just nervous. But, you know, by the end, like, after hanging out with Maya for a while, I just, like, wasn't even worried anymore, you know? So, that was good. I think it went really well, and I think we all had a lot of fun. Something that's really nice about Maya is she listens a lot. And, like, you can tell because she'll gift. She's, like, a good gifter, right? She made me a freaking banana cat. She made me a little banana cat, and it is the cutest thing you've ever seen. And he's so awesome. I actually brought him. He's in my bag right now so that I can show Cammy. Even though he's my little banana cat, and he's going to stay with me, probably. I say probably because I don't really know where to put him yet. Just because of the space that I have in my room. Similar problem to Maya. She's like, oh my god, I have 3 plushies on my couch. I can't have a 4th plushie or I'll literally die. I feel similarly. I don't know where to put Banana Cat, but I know that he would have a good home at Cammy's place. I do still want to keep him though, because I love him so much. Like, I want him to be on my desk when I'm in college. Because he's so awesome. But yeah, she listens, and you can tell because she was, like, gifting Dusty things, too, and they were, like, you know, they were, like, meaningful things. They're, like, useful, meaningful things. And then also, she just, like, remembers things that you tell her, so it's really nice. Like, you feel heard. You feel heard. This is one of my favorite traits in people. Like, Cammy makes me feel so heard, too. This is something wonderful about her, is, like, I'll say something, and then she'll bring it up, like, 3 weeks later. And I'll just, you know, like, I'm already smitten with her. She's already, like, my favorite person in the whole world. And this is just one of the many, 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 many reasons why. Cammy is a really good listener. But yeah, I had a really good time in Canada. It was quite cold. But I have this jacket. It's like a big puffer jacket. And I got it because my friend in college, her roommate was, like, mega rich. And she left, this friend. This friend left to go to a different college. And put on your freaking blinker if you're going to merge right into the spot where I'm trying to merge, bestie. Come on. Okay. So, there's always drama right here. There's always drama, guys. Nobody can just drive normally at this stretch of road. It's right here. Like 2 PEGCASTs ago, I almost got hit here. But it was super cold. But yeah, so this friend, they left. They left to a different college. And they're so rich that they just, like, left a bunch of stuff behind. Like, they just didn't take all their stuff. I don't get it. You know? They just didn't take everything. And that was crazy to me. And one of the things they didn't take is, like, this super nice, super expensive looking Nike puffer jacket. And my friend Callie, who was her roommate, was like, hey guys, does anybody want this puffer jacket? Like, I already have jackets. And I was like, me. So I got it. And that was nice because, like, I didn't, you know, I have, like, a little, like, light puffer that it doesn't really help that much for, like, super cold. But this is, like, a much better jacket. So I wear that. And it made my Canada trip way, way easier. Because I wore that and I was just totally fine. I also got these $20 sweatpants from H&M. Dude, they're so good. I feel like it's a steal. Like, $20 sweatpants, I know what I'm saying sounds stupid. But they're so good for $20. Like, I'm going to wear these for actually ever. And I'm going to get, like, an iron-on patch and put them on. I have to decide what kind of iron-on patch to get, though. Like, I don't know what to get. Or what patch to put on the pants. But yeah, I took these pants I just like wore them out, and they didn't feel too hot, and then I wore them in Canada, and they didn't feel cold. And I have like some warm socks. We bought like 3 pairs from REI. Let me tell you, they did the job. That guy is driving in a space where he's not supposed to. Sneaking along the outside, I see. Well, despite my phone, like, not really giving me directions, it is, but I'm not gonna, like, keep looking at my phone in hopes that I see when the directions pop up, because that's risky business, and everybody knows you have to practice safe driving. So, yeah, I don't know. I had good socks. I brought my Crocs rain boots because last time I was there, it rained like the whole time. It did not rain a single time while I was there. So I just wore my Crocs rain boots in the airport, looking like a bozo, looking like a dunce. And then I didn't even need them. I'm gonna get stuck behind this light. I'll darn it. Woo! Okay. Yeah, that's basically all I have to say about the trip for now. I mean, like, something else will pop up. Oh, we went to this bagel shop, Dusty and I, on, like, our last full day together. We went to this bagel shop, and it sucked. It's, like, the worst bagels ever. Because, you know, Dusty, she buys her bagels from the, like, supermarket. She buys them from grocery stores. And I'm of the opinion that, well, it's also, like, not really an opinion. It's just kind of true. But there's, like, they don't taste like bagels. They taste like bread. And when you want a bagel, you want a freaking bagel. So I was like, Dusty, we gotta go get you bagels. And, you know, I looked up, like, bagel on Yelp, and that didn't really help. Because, oh, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. It didn't really help. It was giving me, like, sandwich places. And I just wanted to get bagels. So I found the one place, and I was going to go. But then we realized that I, like, wouldn't be able to get back into Dusty's house. Because it has, like, an alarm system. And I would need a key. And if I had tried to open the door without the key, and the alarms had gone off, the cops would have come. Because they would have tried to call Dusty, but she couldn't reply because she was in this little class. And then the cops would have come to her house. So that would have been bad. So I couldn't go get the bagels myself. And because of that, like, it just wasn't in the cards. So it seems like there's literally one good bagel shop, like, in all of Vancouver, based on what we were looking up. Where, like, bagel shop meaning, like, a place where you get, like, a dozen bagels. Because the place we went was terrible. Like, the bagels did not taste like bagel. They tasted like bread. They were tiny. They were dense. They were just, like, bad, dude. They were not good bagels. And they were disappointing. But I did eat some of them. Also, they didn't have everything bagels. It wasn't like they were out of everything bagels. It was like they didn't have them. And that's weird, right? Like, am I crazy? You're telling me more people are going to buy the poppy seed bagel than the everything bagel? Like, what are you guys doing with your establishment? I ate an onion bagel, and it was bad. It was trash. So, it's kind of disappointing, but I can't blame Dusty for not getting good bagels anymore, you know? Like, it's not her fault. They're pretty far away. I will say they were inexpensive, though. Those bad bagels that we got, they were not expensive. So, you know, that's one upside. But yeah, I think that's basically it. I found a copy of Rat-a-tat-cat, which is like a funny little board game. And that was cool, but it was like a previous, like, early version. Because the version that I played with Cammy's roommates, which is like where we really found this rekindled love for Rat-a-tat-cat in my life, is like a re-release for kids to like get them into the game, because it has this thing called the Cat-O-Matic Rat Scanner, where you can look at the back of the card to see what it is. It's just like so fun, and the version I saw didn't have that, so I like wouldn't have bought it, you know. Oh, we went to this like claw machine place, and I got stuff, and I can say this because it won't be spoilers, because I'm gonna give this to Cammy before we get there, but I went in and I was like, I need to win something for Cammy. We go in, I win this little carrot fox looking plushie. He's quite cute. I like him. But then there's like a trade-in thing where you can trade in your guys for points, and then trade in your points for guys. So we traded in a bunch of guys and got 2 geese. One of them is angry and one of them is not angry. And I got the not angry goose, and I'm going to give that to Cammy. We're going to have like joint custody. And then Maya and Dusty have the angry goose, and they have like joint custody. So it's like when the kids like have to be friends because their parents are friends, you know? That's like our geese, basically. So I'm excited to give that to Cammy, and I'm going to do it in like probably the next 5 minutes, because guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. So everybody, comment below, have you played Cooking Mama? Comment below, have you played Cooking Mama? Tell me about Cooking Mama in the comments, because I've only played it once, and it was only one mission. Well, I guess you wouldn't call it a mission, right? What would you call it? A bake? A cook? A meal? So, hey guys, my recording ended because I got a phone call from Cammy, and she told me, actually, I have to go to this other parking lot, so now I'm going there, and it's like another 5 minutes to the drive. So, dude, my phone is still overheating. Like, what is this? Maps will no longer keep your screen on to allow your phone to cool down. That's great. Where am I going? That's great. I love that my phone is cooling down. Where am I going, everybody? But yeah, so comment below stuff about Cooking Mama, because I don't know anything about Cooking Mama. If you have a memory with Cooking Mama, let me know. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to put back on my sunglasses. I'm going to roll down the windows, too, to let it kind of air out. Because, it won't be too loud anymore, I don't think. But, yeah, I'm trying to air things out. The car, I mean. Yeah, so I actually ran out of things to talk about, because I had planned it for about the amount of time I would be driving, but now I've added another 5 minutes to the drive is the problem. So that's the problem here. Wait, what? Oh, I see. I completed my turn, so it told me where I would go next. It said, like, this is the next turn that you're going to be taking. I'm rolling up the windows. Okie doke. Nice. So, yeah. I probably have more to talk about for my trip. Oh, we went to this little thrift store that was cute. That was fun. What? I'm lost, dude. You just told me to turn here, but... whatever. What? This is so weird where it's having me go. I feel lost. But it's fine. Like, what? I'm like doing a big circle. Why? Why am I doing a big circle? Why does it want that from me? Well, whatever. We'll find our way. Well, I'm actually doing a circle. This is a circle. I'm driving back to where I just was. I just did this right turn on the PEGCAST. Where am I going? And it won't even show me. It won't let me see. Because maps won't stay on because it says my phone is overheating. You know, the answer is to stop the PEGCAST, but the PEGCAST stops for no one. I'm actually about to complete a circle. Like, I'm going to go back onto the road that I started this on. Why? Like, what that... I was literally just here. My GPS is exploding. And there are these people filming at the corner. So they're gonna see the same car twice. Can I please see my directions? It's a... Okay. I'm looking at them now. Why did it want me to do that? That is so weird. I see it. Like, on the map, it draws a circle that it wanted me to go in. And then the destination is like a little farther up. What the heck, man? I don't get it. But whatever. I turned on the GPS at a red light and now I understand. So despite the confusion, despite the hate, the betrayal that I'm receiving right now from my GPS, from my Maps application, despite it all, I will make it there. I will make it to where I need to be. And then say, Cammy, check out this goose. Check out this goose I got for you. Which really was so kind, because we all went and we paid equal amounts, but I left with a goose, which was like worth a lot more than what Maya left with. And it wasn't because I won the most, I'll tell you that much. Okay, here's where I'm supposed to go. It's right here. Whoa. My little cat plushie just totally fell. Okay, now I can end my route. What? It just took me to a place with only one parking spot. And it's for people with disabilities. Why would it take me here? I'm just gonna go back to reading real life signs. Because that's how I got in this place in the first place. I found a real life sign that said go here. Are there no spots in the whole parking lot? Don't say that to me right now. Are there 0 spots? Oh no, there are spots. There are spots. They're just not shady. Oh, maybe that's a shady spot. Yay! Oh, there is a shady spot, everybody. I wasn't ready for it, though. I thought there was a car in it, so I'm gonna have to back up a little bit before I get in. Whee! Here we go. Oh. Call me Peter the way I park. Oh! Call me Peter the way I parker. Damn, I messed that up. Well, anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. Thanks for sticking along with me through my turmoil and confusion. I hope that you've played and have loved Cooking Mama, and I'll see you guys next time. Make sure to like, subscribe, and do all that great stuff. So yes, goodbye.